Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jarrell, and today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial as well as a review palette right here. Everyone's talking about the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe, as well as creating a look with this palette. This palette has 35 shades. I ordered 2 palettes, but it only came with 1 card, so I'm assuming that not every palette is going to come with this card. I did hear that this card wasn't even meant to be for anyone that purchased the palette. It was only meant to be for YouTubers that get actually the product sent to them so they can know the names. But like everyone has been saying, what is the point of actually creating 35 shades and naming every single one of them if we're not going to be able to see them? So it's just a little card. I thought it was bigger, much bigger. I thought it was like the same size as the palette, but as you can see, it's a tiny card. You can still just tape it. I mean, if you're interested in knowing the colors of every shade, you can just tape it on the back of your palette and that's it. But let's go into the palette. So it comes in this white box, and it has different pictures of Jaclyn Hill, of how silly she is, and really just showing her personality. Comes in a little plastic bubble wrap, and this is how the palette looks like. It says Jaclyn Hill, so it's all like this white silver material, cardboard. And it has Morphe, Jaclyn Hill, and on the back it says Morphe for Jaclyn Hill. Inside it comes with this little plasticky to protect the shade. So it says this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn. So, and this is how the palette looks like. Okay, so as a point of reference, I'm going to show you 3 of the most popular palettes that Morphe has, and is 35R, and this is the 35R, and this is the Jaclyn Hill's palette. So you can see it has also some warm shades. So the next palette that I'm going to show you next to the Jaclyn Hill's palette is the 35O, and this one is a very popular one. And these are the shades, and this is Jaclyn Hill's palette right here. So you can tell that it has the warm tones, the orangey tones, gold shades that could be similar to the Jaclyn Hill's palette. And the next one that I'm going to show you is the Jaclyn Hill's favorite palette. So these are all Morphe shadows. She just put all her favorite shadows together in one palette, and it's called the Jaclyn Hill's favorite palette. And this is it, and this is her collaboration with Morphe's creating her new shades. So I just wanted to show you them next to the Jaclyn Hill's palette just so you can have a better idea. And let's go on to the swatches. I'm going to be using my fingers to swatch. Let's do it. Okay, so here are all the swatches. The first one is in light. Next is bean. Next, silk cream. The next one is MFEO, faint, sissy, and little lady. Okay, so this is the second row. The first shade right here is called Creamsicle. Next is Butter. Next is Pooter. The next one is Pukey. The red one, this shade is called Hunts, my favorite one so far. The next shade is Fireworks, which is amazing. And the next one is called Queen. So these are all the shades on the second row. Okay, so this is the third row. The first shade right here is Obsess. The next one is SBN. The next one is Hilster. Next is Roxanne. Next is Jax. Then is Buns. And the last one is Cran Apples. These are all the shades on the third road. The difference from the mattes on this one compared to the first road is that these ones are a little bit drier. I felt the texture to be a little bit more stiffer. However, I just swirled my finger one time on the shadow and swatched it. No primer, no Fix Plus or anything like that. This is just one little circle and swipe. So they look very pigmented, but we will see how they actually blend on the eyes in a little bit. Okay, so this is the fourth road, and this road makes me so happy. I just love them. Okay, so the first shade right here is called Royalty. Next is Twerk. Next, Hustle. Next, Meeks. Next shade is 24/7. The next one is Chip. And the last one is Mocha. And these are the shades. Okay, so this is the last road. The first shade is Pool Boy. Next is Jada. Next is Diva. Next one is Enchanted. The next one is Central Park. Next is Soda Pop. And the next one and last one is Abyss. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is do our eyes. I'm going to start with my eyes because I don't know if there's any fallout or anything like that, so I don't want to do my base or concealer and then having to do it all over again if there's a lot of fallout. I'm going to be just creating a look, actually not creating a look but recreating a look that I saw. I took a picture of it and I'm going to do my best. All right, so let's go on to the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is prime my eyes. You already know the deal. So let me go ahead and prime my eyes, finish doing that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after priming my eyes, because the primer is a little sticky, you want to set it. The first thing that I noticed in the Jaclyn Hill's palette is that it doesn't have a matte yellowish or even white or anything close to my skin tone that is matte that I can actually use to set it. So I'm gonna have to go to a different palette and just look for that shade, because if I don't put anything or set my primer with anything, if I go in with any colors, it starts getting patchy and muddy, and it's really hard to blend. So you might want to just try to do that. If you haven't tried it, I would suggest for you to try that. I am going to use this banana shade, and this shade I got it from one of Boxy Charms that I used to get, and that is the yellow banana from Ofra. You can use it for your eyes, you can use it for your underneath your eyes to brighten it. And I'm going to set from my crease, inner and outer corner, and to the brow bone. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to start using my crease colors, and the first shade that I'm going to be using is the third one right here, Silk Cream, with a fluffy brush. The next thing that I noticed on this palette, it doesn't have a mirror. That means that I have to go back and forth with another mirror or a palette that actually has a mirror just so I can do my makeup. So if you're trying to get this palette to use it to travel or anything like that, remember it doesn't have a mirror. So I'm a little sad about that. All right, so I'm going to put that shade on my crease. Okay, so the next shade that I'm going to be going in is Butter, and it's this shade right here. Same fluffy brush, same areas. Okay, so we're gonna go in with Puder, which is the next shade right here. It's a little bit darker. I go in with a MAC 217 brush, and these are all mattes so far that we've been using, and they are blending very nicely. The next shade that I'm going to take is this one right here. I'm dying to use it, and it is Hunts. So that's the next shade that we're going to grab on the same brush. We're going to focus that really close to the outer corner and just keep it on the lid and a little bit on the crease. And they are blending very nicely. Okay, we're gonna go back to our fluffy brush and pick the first shade, which is called Silk Cream. We're just gonna blend everything, all the edges. I'm actually going to grab the color Creamsicle and put it on the edges. So, like so. Just gives a little warmth to the look. And I'm going back to the two shades that we previously used, which is Butter and Puder. I'm just grabbing a little bit of each, and I'm just focusing that in between Creamsicle and the red shade Hunts. I'm grabbing Hunts again. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is grab this gold color right here, Queen. So I'm going to grab Queen on a 242 brush, and I'm going to pop the queens in the inner corner. Okay, so I feel like the gold is not intense enough, so I'm going to grab some Fix Plus and I'm going to reapply it. So I apply some on the brush, spray. Okay. So we're going to grab a smaller brush, and this is the E45 Sigma. We're going to go back to Hunts, and we're just going to apply it again and blend it with the gold. And to intensify the outer corners, I'm going to grab Chip. So definitely there is fallout. I am going to clean it up and apply my wing liner, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I did my foundation and my wing liner as well as the lashes. I have to wait for the lashes to dry down so I can cover them with more eyeliner, so I can cover the band with more eyeliner. But let's go back to the eye. What I'm gonna do now is use a black liner. This one is the Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet in Black Velvet. I already tight line, but now I'm going to add this on my waterline, and I'm going to put some in the outer corner and bring it down to my lower lash. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to grab a pencil brush, and I'm going to grab the Turk shade, which is this blue shade right here. So grabbing some on the pencil brush. And it's all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner. When you have the twerk color down, you want to grab another clean pencil brush, and you're going to grab some of the red shade that we use on our lid, and that one is called Hunts. And You're just gonna put that on the bottom of the Twerk shade, and you're just gonna blend and just wrap it around your eye. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this little brush, which is E21 from Sigma, and I'm going to grab this color right here, which is called Pool Party. I'm going to use Fix Plus, and I'm going to pop it right in the inner corner. Okay, so I'm going back to the palette and I'm going to grab Royalty, and I'm just going to put that in top of Twerk. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to do my bottom lashes, the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished up the face. I use my Tarte concealer as well as Laura Mercier, but I will write everything down below. I am using the ColourPop. This one is in the color Taurus. I'm just using it very lightly to outline my lips, as well as to just highlight a little bit, or contour actually, a little bit of my bottom lip as well as my top lip. And I'm just using my finger and blending it. This look is all about the eyes. We want to make sure that nothing is really standing out other than the eyes. So I'm going to be using a lip gloss. The lip gloss that I'm going to be using today is Bare Minerals, and this one is in the color Fly. So it has a golden flecks on it. So I'm just gonna put that on top. You don't really have to go all the way to the edges. If you can just focus it in the middle. And because it's a lip gloss, it's going to travel through the rest of your lips. Really, it is gonna move. So you don't have to worry about getting it in the outer corners or anything like that. Just focus it right in the center. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray to set my whole face up. Okay, so yeah, this is the final look. Okay, so before I forget, I wanted to let you know that I recreated this look using this picture. This is the girl that I saw on the Morphe's website or Instagram page, and I just decided to recreate the look. I thought it was beautiful. Okay, now going back to the palette, my thoughts on this palette is that it's really amazing. I am really impressed by the colors that I use. I cannot judge every single color or how they perform on the eyes because obviously I didn't use all of the colors, but the ones I did use today, I am very, very pleased. The way that they blended, the way that they work together. I know it's out of stock right now, so if you are interested in purchasing, the only thing that I would suggest for you to do, if there is a email that you can play so you can get notifications, I will go and do that, so you can be the first ones to know, or the first one to know when this palette comes back in stock. So I hope that you enjoy the recreation of the makeup as well as the review for the Jaclyn Hill palette. And if you are interested in getting this palette, I hope that you get it and play with it. It is really, really, truly an amazing palette. But yeah, that is all that I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and share it if you can. That is all that I have to say. Thank you so much once again, and I see you next time. Bye.